Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. And this is my project for today. And it's a lovely little box. And I am using one of the Sale-A-Bration free products. And it is this fabulous pack of paper. Lots of really big, bold patterns, but some not so bold geometric patterns on the other sides as well. So this pack is called Favoured Flowers and has Basic Black, Blackberry Bliss, Calypso Coral, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Mossy Meadow and Petal Pink in it. I have combined it with the absolutely gorgeous Blackberry Bliss card here. The decoration is using the Petal Park bundle, and my little for you comes from Country Bouquet. So lots of lovely little sentiments in that one, because Petal Park doesn't have any, it just has all these gorgeous floral and leaf images. So it's kind of like a little treasure trove or a book, depending which way you look at it, and happens to fit a bar of soap, this one being from the Body Shop, which is probably a strange gift, but would be really, really lovely if you made your own soap to put in the box. So I'm going to show you how I made this. I've done quite a bit of the prep beforehand. You can get the base and the cover from one sheet of A4 card. I just can't pick this one up. Bear with me a moment. Here we go. It was underneath something. Just couldn't get it. So yeah, the two pieces of card that you need, you can get from one sheet of A4 or US letter card. So one piece measures 6 1/4 by 4 and the other is 6 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, so the larger part, the 6 1/4 by 4 3/4, is for your little tray that sits on there, and then this other piece is just a sort of wraparound cover for it. Okay, so let's just do the scoring on this first of all. I'll just use my paper trimmer. So this is the 6 1/4 by 4 3/4, and this I want to score at 1 1/4 on all 4 sides. I find with shorter measurements it's easier to butt the longer part up there and measure the 1 1/4 at that side, but you can equally do it at that side if you prefer, because 1 1/4 is not that bad. You've got a decent bit being butted up there, but it's 1 1/4 inches on all 4 sides. Nice and easy. Then with the smaller piece on the long side, you want to score that at 2 1/2 inches and at 3 3/4 inches. Okay, and that's my scoring done. The actual dimensions of the inside tray I've lost. I wrote it down somewhere and I think I've thrown it away. But it is let me not guess. Let me tell you in my blog post. All of the dimensions and the products that I'm using will be in my blog post. There'll be a link to that in the description for this particular video. There will also be links to the products that I am using for this project. remembering that the Favoured Flowers Designer Series paper you cannot purchase, you have to earn it free with a qualifying spend in my online shop. And that spend of £45 or €60 has to be completed by the 28th of February to qualify for that free product. Obviously you could decorate this with any other designer series paper of your choice, but this one's pretty. The flowers are very bold and it's not to everyone's taste, but there's plenty other options to choose from. So I'm just simply cutting up those corner squares and wedging into them a little. Do exactly the same on the other side. And I'm doing this on the long side rather than doing it that way, because there would be overlap if I put my two tabs that way. So doing it on the long side normally means you don't have to worry about any kind of overlap. So it's a nice, quick, simple, but slightly different type of box. I've got a bar of soap in mine. To be honest, I had intended just filling it with Sweeties, but then I thought, I think that might be the right size for a bar of soap, so I thought I'd try it, and it works. Having said that, if I were actually making this for soap, I'd probably want to reinforce the box a little, because it's kind of heavy. Okay, so adding glue to all four of these tabs. My preference is liquid glue. It does give you a little bit more time to play around and make sure you've got your positioning correct, and does set very, very sturdily. So all I did was line up that edge, that cut edge, with that folded edge there, and give that tab a good press. Once again, lining that up, giving it a good press from the inside, and if you go too far like that, you can just undo it and do it again. That's why I love using wet glue rather than using tear and tape or Stampin' Seal Plus tape runner for that kind of thing. So we've got our little tray there, and we need to decorate, and I've got various pieces of designer series paper that I've already chopped up, and hopefully I'll remember which bit goes where. I think those were the bits for that and those bits for that. So I'm going to decorate the tray first of all, but we need to put ribbon underneath that paper on there. So this piece of designer series paper measures 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. This bit is oh no, it's not. That's those bits for that. I'm reading the wrong bit. That bit is 1 1/8 by 3 5/8. This bit's 1 1/8 by 2 1/8, because the inside of this box, I've just remembered, is 2 1/4 by 1 1/4 by 3 1/2 inches long. Okay. So, yeah, no, 3 3/4. It is. Oh, honestly, 3 3/4 by 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. You can see that it was down in that corner. I was measuring it. Sorry about that. So we've got our little tray there. You could put something on the inside too. It's a bit overkill for me. You could also run your ribbon all the way round. That's a bit of a waste of ribbon for my taste as well. So all I did was pop my ribbon on with some tearing tape, roughly halfway. Make sure you've got plenty to tie either end. Put that there. So roughly 9 inches, something like that would do the trick. Tear tape. Keep hiding things from myself. Right, so a little bit on there. Okay, then I've got my designer series paper. These are the bits that are 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. Put my ribbon out the way, bring my glue back in. Like so. And I could take off that backing as well, and it just gives me an extra little bit of strength. So there's just a tiny little margin all the way round. Do the same this side, because they are the same size. Pop that on over that ribbon, and then the last bit of designer series paper is 3 7/8 by 1 1/8, and it's just going to pop. Don't know if it fits. Does that go in the pattern? Oh, it tells if I had it the right way round, because I cut them. Did I cut them in that order, or have I just fluked that, I think. Right, so to add your box to your cover, I just want to pop that in. Might be easiest to see. It's quite a dark colour to see, isn't it? Popping it close to, but not right up to that score line. Just before the score line. And I should have had it slightly further over. I've got a little bit of glue showing there. Let me just tidy that up. Alright, so that is now ready to pop in our little treats or whatever, and to tie and decorate the top. Now, I found the trickiest bit of all of this was to tie that, and I could really have done with somebody holding that knot. Bring in the tweezers. Don't get it right. So get it as tight as you can, like so. Pop your tweezers over that knot, and then tie your bow sticky fingers and I've got tweezers in the road, but I will get there. Oh, come on, there we go. And it keeps it fairly tight, and then you can faff about with your ribbon in your bow to your heart's content. We're going to do a little bit of decoration, and as I said, we're using the Petal Park stamp set. So this one has an outline and then an infill. So I am using just a scrap of basic white that I had left over for something else. Using the outline stamp, I know that when I want to punch it, I'm going to pop my card in that way. So I want my little flower up the top there, like that. Okay, so I've got my Blackberry Bliss outline, and then I'm going to fill it with fresh freesia because that was the other colour in the paper. Those lines are fresh freesia. And here's when I struggle to do it on camera because you really do want to get yourself right over the top, but you don't want to see my head. You want to see what I'm doing. So not bad. Then simply bring in my punch, line up those three. Once I'm happy with where I've got it, give it a squeeze, quite a big squeeze. There we go. I've got my flowers. For my leaves, again, you've got an outline and an infill, but I decided just to use the outline, and because there wasn't any green already on my project, I decided I would just simply use one of my favourite greens, which is Pear Pizzazz. Now, again, with this, I know that I want it to be going in that direction. Okay, so there's a more pointed bit and a slightly more rounded bit there, and if I do it there, then I can work my way along like that. If I started there, I'm taking big chunks out, so I'd have to stamp there and then stamp there, big gaps. But as you can see, if you do it from the other end, you can work your way along. Okay, so now try and see which way is which. That's the pointy, that's the roundy. Like that. Let's do 3 of them. Bring my punch in. Didn't quite get it right. Need to take just a snip off the bottom. And then I can line that up, and that is hunky dory. Got one. Ah, I've not got that right at all. I've no problem the other end, getting the angle right. It'll do. It'll do. Oh, where did it go? Got a couple extra left over from last time. Okay, so I've got 3 flowers and 1, 2, 3 leaves. Okay, for my leaves I wanted to have a little bit of dimension on there, so if you can see that, I've got them up a tiny little bit, but I've not used any dimensionals or anything like that. Actually, what I need to do first is my sentiment with Blackberry Bliss. Put that on there for you. Double oval punch for this one. Pop that down there. So I will put that on first, and then I can place my flowers to the side of it. Note to self, always remember to put the top on your glue when you're stamping and punching, so it doesn't get all gummy. So for you, with the largest flower, I'm just using my bone folder to turn the petals downwards, like so. Then in my hand, I'm just pressing down in the middle, and that gives it that little bit more dimension when it goes like that. I'll just pop a little bit of glue, or you could use glue dots if you prefer. Pop that there. These ones, a little bit small for doing that kind of curling with your bone folder, so just simply using the top of my glue and the palm of my hand gives it that little bit of a lift. Okay, arrange them how I want them. Do it slightly differently this time, why not? Pop that on. And then I want to add in my little leaves. I put one on there. Like so. And I want them up here. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Let's do that. One in there. And the final one in there. Then my final touch on this one was to add in some pastel petals, and so those are the pastel petals, and they're just all one size, which kind of looks a little bit silly in that small flower, to be fair. So I think this time I will use some glossy dots. Obviously a bit brighter with being gorgeous grape, but that's all right. Where's my take your pick? But they do have 3 sizes, so I can go with the smallest on the small, then a medium in the centre of that one, or I could have used the yellows or the pinks even, and pop that one in there. So we've got 2 slightly different versions. I think I prefer that. I hope you've enjoyed this project. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to click on that subscribe button and click on the bell to get notification of the next time I upload a video tutorial. Please remember that this designer series paper only available during Sale-A-Bration that ends on the 28th of February 2023. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.